So look, this video is going to be very, very short, so I'm not going to be on here very long. So I just want to state that the mistakes that you made in your life, listen, and the mistakes that you feel bad about making, the mistakes that you feel guilty of making because you're scared of what others may think of you because of the mistakes that you made, or how many times you flopped, how many times you failed, how many times you fell off the horse and others judged you because of your failures and shit, right? You may be someone that's fearful of making mistakes due to the judgmental ways of people, because you're scared of what people may think of you going forward. They may look at you differently. So I'm here to tell you that you should not worry about making any more mistakes, because let me tell you something, making mistakes is part of learning. Making mistakes is part of life, okay? You are always going to make mistakes, okay? You need to not make the same mistakes, okay? You shouldn't be making the same mistakes over and over again, okay? Because that's when you're not learning your lesson. You're not applying yourself differently. But you need to be glad that you made those mistakes, all right? You need to be glad that you made those mistakes, because those mistakes obviously happened for a reason, okay? And I just had to think to myself of all the mistakes that I made, all the times I effed up, all the times that, I flopped in certain areas of my life. And I come to the conclusion that, I'm pretty glad that I made those mistakes, okay? Because then I wouldn't have been a better person. I wouldn't have been a better logical thinker if I didn't make those mistakes. So the way I see it is making mistakes is a good thing. Making mistakes is part of living, okay? You can't go through your entire life being perfect all the time, okay? You cannot strive for perfection. Learn how to be perfect in your imperfections, okay? Your imperfections are just as perfect, all right? I need y'all to understand that. And the mistakes that you feel guilty about to this day, you need to let go of that energy that you're holding on to. You need to let go of that baggage completely. You need to let go of that baggage that you were holding on to when it comes to the mistakes that you made. Okay, because like I said, I'm glad for me that I made all the mistakes that I made, because I wouldn't have learned. I wouldn't have been a better learner. I wouldn't have been educated based off the mistakes that I made. So, and I look at my fuck ups, it's pretty hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. My F ups are pretty hilarious, and I can sit back and laugh at myself at times when I think about, the L's that I took, okay? You need to start normalizing taking L's in life, because you will take L's. You'll be a fool to not think you will not be taking no L's in life, because you will be. You will be, okay? And it's really not about the losses you take. It's about how you handle those losses, okay? It's about how you handle taking those L's, how you interpret those losses and those failures, okay? You need to think wisely and have emotional intelligence when you do make mistakes, okay? And think about how can you apply yourself differently next time. Think about what you can do differently. Think about what you did wrong and how can you fix it, right? I think about all the mistakes that I made, and like I said, I'm glad. I'm so glad I did, because that's just a product of the journey that I've been on, okay? That's just the product of the growth that I have accumulated in the past 5-6 years, ever since I began this journey of self, all right? And I've learned so much about myself through the mistakes and through the failures and flops. I learned so much more about myself. And the problem, with this generation nowadays is that a lot of people are so scared to make mistakes. A lot of people are so scared to fail. Like they're ashamed of just taking one loss because they're afraid of letting down their friends, letting down their parents, letting down people that support them, letting down the people that actually have their back. And for me, I'm not afraid to make mistakes no more because first and foremost, I never even had a support system to begin with. So it's like, who am I letting down? If I make a mistake, who am I letting down? You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting really anybody down. At that point, I just kind of normalized the thought of making mistakes, and I just bounce back and get better. But for most people, they let those mistakes hinder them. They let those mistakes, eat them up inside, right? And it allows them to feel guilty about themselves and feel like, man, they really effed up, and they, yeah, sure, you effed up, but you got to think about it like this, you were meant to fuck up. I'm trying to minimize the word, that F word, as much as possible, but you were meant to F up. You were meant to make those mistakes for a reason, because God, the universe, was trying to teach you something, okay? It was a teaching moment for you. When you make mistakes, it's always a teaching moment. You can't just look at mistakes as a bad thing, okay? Your energy towards making mistakes, okay, is negative, okay? So going forward, I'm gonna need y'all to start normalizing that mistakes is just part of life. Mistakes is about learning. Mistakes is about education, okay? Yeah, people are gonna laugh at you if you raise your hand up in class and you tell the teacher the wrong answer. You ever had that anxiety feeling when you had a teacher, ask a bunch of questions about a certain topic that y'all learning about, and you just, all of a sudden, you raise your hand, and there's some people that are just scared to raise their hand because they fear of, saying something stupid or saying the wrong answer, and then everybody's looking at them like they're fucking stupid. Here I go again using the F word. Excuse my French. But yeah, they feel guilty and they feel ashamed of themselves because, they said the wrong answer, okay? So they're thinking like, everybody's looking at me weird. Everybody's kind of judging me because I said the wrong thing. And, so that creates that anxiety to not raise your hand anymore, right? And I've gotten that feeling, I don't know about y'all, but I've gotten that feeling many times of class of like, if I say the wrong answer, people gonna look at me like I'm dumb, like I'm stupid, you know what I'm saying? And we're scared that people are gonna have that opinion of us. Like, mind you, like the fear of making mistakes, bro, that all stems back from school. That all stems back from, college, whatever, or childhood. Like, we say the wrong thing, we're gonna get judged for it. We're gonna get chastised for it. We're gonna get ridiculed for it. And it's like, it's just that anxiety feeling you get, okay? And that's where it comes from. That's where the fear of making mistakes comes from. That's where the fear of failure comes from, because we are so fearful of what people are going to say about us and what they're going to think about us. And I'm here to tell you right now, F those people. F those damn people if they have a say in you making mistakes, or they want to judge you, they want to criticize you. Hey, let them judge you. Let them criticize you. But the thing that you're doing for your life and you taking chances in your life, that's going to be way more beneficial for you in the long run than just someone that's always going to play it safe, someone that's always going to lowball their entire life, not take any chances, not take calculated risk, always playing it safe, always, relying on other people, right? Not taking a chance with themselves, and you have to be able to bet on yourself, okay? And those people that are judging you, they cannot bet on themselves, okay? They cannot bet on themselves. They are too scared to, right? So when they see somebody else that is trying to get to the top, they're not wishing for that person to be successful. Like, their entire mindset is all backwards. Like the people that you grow up with, the people that you hang around with, like that, y'all been through the same situation, but there's gonna be one of y'all that come through. There's gonna be one of y'all that actually try to make it to the top and actually try to change their circumstances for the better, okay? And you're gonna be labeled as fake, you're gonna be labeled as weird, you're gonna be labeled as, oh, you're crazy for trying to change your circumstances and all that. You know, you're going to have those folks that are not going to support you when you need them to support you. Those people are going to be waiting for you to fail. The ones that are not supporting you, your friends or family, whoever it may be, they're going to wait for you to make mistakes. They're going to wait for you to, fail or flop or take that L, so they can rub it in your face later. So they can tell you to your face, oh, I told you so. I told you so. You ever have that one friend that always told you, well, I told you so about this and that and the third. I told you not to do. That was a horrible mistake that you made on your part. They go out their way to make you feel guilty about, the decisions that you made. And it resulted in you making a mistake or failing, okay? Which in their mind, they think failure is just, you failed, right? You're a loser, okay? You ain't SHIT in life, okay? But, in your growth mindset, you look at failure as a lesson. You look at failure as a teaching moment. You understand? You don't look at failure the same way that all these other people look at failure and making mistakes, because their mindset towards making mistakes is backwards, okay? And these are the same people that are not going to take a chance. They're not going to bet on themselves. They're not going to go far in life because they're scared to take a risk. You are not. You are not. You doing what is hard right now is going to benefit you when you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s and so on. But these same folks that you've been hanging around with that never take a chance, they're always settled for less, and they rely on so much people, and they can never bet on themselves. They're going to stay in the same position that they are in right now because they are in a scarcity mindset, okay? Their mind is scarce. So, they're going to be looking at you to see you fall and see you fail. But when it comes to them, the same chances that you're taking right now at your life, they can't take those same chances. That's how I look at it now. These same people cannot do what I'm doing. So evidently, they're going to wait for me to fail. They're going to wait for me to fall down and take that L. Right? So they can laugh in my face or tell me that, oh, I told you so. This was a horrible decision. Okay? But for you, I'm talking about you. For you, you have to be okay with making mistakes. You have to, I dare you to fail. I dare you to start a YouTube channel, bro. I dare you to start a podcast. I dare you to start writing. I dare you to start a different skill. I dare you to start learning how to do something. I dare you to go outside your comfort zone. For anybody that is watching, I dare you to go outside your comfort zone and do something that you are not comfortable with doing. I dare you, bro. And these same folks that are judging you and criticizing you for making these mistakes, for flopping, they ain't going to be nothing. They ain't going nowhere, bro. But the same position that they've been in for the last 5 to 10 years, because they're too scared, like I said, to bet on themselves, man. All right? And you're not. So you need to stop feeling bad about the mistakes that you made. Okay? Stop feeling guilty about that, bro. Be glad that you made those mistakes, because you learned something from making those mistakes. You learned something from losing. You know what it's like to lose. You know what it's like to make mistakes and fail at certain things. I know what it's like to make mistakes and fail time in and time again and lose. I know what it's like. Okay? That comes with life experience, and you can pass that down on to the next generation, or to your family, whoever, your kids that you raise. So all I'm saying is, man, normalize making mistakes. It's all right to F up every now and then. Just don't make the same mistakes over and over again. Don't do that. Make sure you apply yourself differently next time. Make sure that you actually, apply what you learned, and, do something differently, okay, going forward. Don't worry about other people trying to judge you because you made mistakes in the past. F those people. Like I said, they're too scared to take a chance on themselves. And that's, obviously that's their own problem. That's their personal problem. So with that being said, man, I just want to, give y'all that quick message. I know it's been like 15 minutes. I know I said I was going to be on here not very long, but I just want to get this off my chest. Y'all know how I do. When I get something heavy in my thought process, I want to translate it into, making a video about it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how I rock. But with that being said, make sure you like the video so the algorithm can promote my video to more people and to more people that can see it. And subscribe if you are new. Once again, God bless y'all if y'all stayed throughout this entire video. I appreciate y'all, and I'm out.